I'm Stephen Yonti doing the Junkyard Crawl at Chicopee Auto Farm in Chicopee, Massachusetts, the 1975 Chevy Nova. Now, 75 was the big year for the Chevy Restyle, more angular, whereas the 74 back to 1968 was a more rounded look and more formal on the looks of these things here. A couple of different engine possibilities, 6 cylinders or V8s. This one has the 250 cubic inch 6-banger with a 1-barrel carburetor. Something kind of cool in these things, though, is it has cold air. Sort of like it shades of the old W30 system with the rubber zip tube right here, which comes from the back of the headlight right here into the snorkel of the air cleaner to the 1-barrel carburetor right there. It's a Carter 1-barrel. It's a monojet. So that would make it a Rochester, I believe, monojet. Not computerized yet. That's still a couple of years later. I do see on this one here, charcoal canister. This thing right here, the emissions controls federally mandated. Gasoline, when it evaporates, those fumes go up into the atmosphere, making for ozone, I guess. So this thing has charcoal, and the gas vapors go into here. The charcoal absorbs the bad fumes and then sends the good fumes back to the gas tank to be burnt a second time around, or a first time around, through the carbon into the engine. Now this 250 cubic inch motor is similar to the 230 cube 6, has the same 3.8 inch and 8 inch bore, but with another 28 hundredths, almost a quarter inch more stroke than the 230. So 250 cube engine, pretty decent motor, 140 horse, maybe something like that. HEI ignition, second year of application. The big cap right here tells you that the coil is built into the top of the distributor cap. The HEI high energy ignition right there, seen for in 1975, I believe, on all Chevrolet products, Corvette, Vega, everything else. HEI was the rule of the land. And aftermarket HEI ignitions are very popular these days. MSD makes them, Davis, lots of companies make HEIs for every application. Of course, disc brakes on the front. No more drums on Novas at this point in time. Disc brakes are mandatory standard features up front. Drums in the back, little ones, 9.5 inch drums. Same size drum in the back as you find on a GT or an SS26. Big Nova, same rear axle. It has a 10 bolt. These ones here, 12 bolt was possible earlier in big block cars. But the other option under the hood could have been a 350 or a 267 V8, which is new for this year. We'll get to that in a second. And inside, there's a 4-door, of course. Lots of room for all the kiddies. Nice, we got some car arthritis going on right there. And as Evan pans the engine, I'm going to grab the prop in the bucket. And 4-door cars, great with the family. There's a lot of these cars built. There were a total of 273,000 of these things built in 1975. Very popular. Chevrolet was, I believe, back in first place. And here's the back seat region. I'll open the door right here. And the rear window does go down, but not all the way. It goes about halfway down because it would get into the wheel arch if I went down. So demonstrate how far the window can go down. Does it go all the way? Oh, it goes, yeah, almost all the way. Maybe 80%, so it doesn't go all the way down. So kind of cool. I have to make room because otherwise it would go into the wheel arch. Put the window back up. Be a good junkyard citizen. And again, these vents right here in the B pillar are part of the Astro ventilation through the cowl and through the car, and exhaust right through here. So the stale interior odors come out there. If you have some beans for dinner or don't have to worry about it stinking up the rest of the car, it comes out through those. And here's a road test magazine right here. The new cars for 75. Also Bel Air, everything from Thunderbirds, Skyhawk, it's all here. But inside we find here the new Nova with the restyled body right there. The more elegant look. The 262 V8 was an option. The smallest small block, 262. 265 of 1955 was even 3 cubes bigger than this thing right here. It was a product of its time. Of course, gasoline was going to be about $1 a gallon, $1.10, which is nothing compared to what we have now. But with that said, it was a big deal. Small engines were a big thing in this point in time, but most of them had 6-bangers like this one has here. And the trunks on these are pretty commodious. And we'll open it up. Before we do that, check this out. The rear bumper is steel, not aluminum. Subsequent years with aluminum bumpers were lighter, and this is a steel bumper right here with chrome plating on it right here, but this right is remnants of the impact absorbing piston right here. This thing has I guess compressed gas inside or something like that, that when this takes a hit, it basically compresses and it pops back out within a day. That was theoretically what the law mandated from the EPA and from the feds, etc. Right here, it's just the urethane fascia right here, which when the bumper goes in, it pushes that, doesn't bend it, it comes back, and it heals itself. Heal thyself, doctor. And of course, gasoline comes in here to the center, and unleaded fuel only, because the catalytic converter was absolutely under the floor of this thing here. It has a little spring-loaded doohickey right here to let you know when it's full. And tens of thousands of gallons went through this thing here. Unleaded only, please. Nice big trunk on this. The original trunk mat is still here. It looks like Zolatone paint. It's kind of cool. The trunk is, the vinyl is actually printed to look like Zolatone, which is the spray-on paint that was used in the 60s GM cars, but it's just basically a rubber, sort of a rubber mat right there. So it looks like Zolatone, but it ain't. The rest of it does have Zolatone inside. You can see on some of the vertical and horizontal, that is Zolatone. It's a really durable, rugged spray splatter type paint right there. This stuff right here, it's almost like an enamel, but it's very durable. But again, it's interesting that the vinyl floor mat emulates the look of the Zolatone. Kind of cool. Nice to have consistency throughout the design. So that's the story of the 1975 Nova, the brand new styling cycle right here, seen for the first time. And again, 273,000 of these things were built, including some hatchback two-doors, which was a possibility on the two-door Nova with the hatchback, kind of a cool car. There was one here a while back. We couldn't find it today, but we'll try and find it if we can. We'll get a video made on that hatchback Nova. Kind of a cool piece. It pops open from the back like a station wagon, but it's also a sedan. Kind of cool. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to the C-Mags YouTube channel. Ring the bell so you know next video hits, which is tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.